reason I got mine was sort of a masochistic thing. I kind of liked the actual pain. And once you start, it's addictive a bit. And because that one was my first one, it looked really bizarre just to have sort of a big thing on my arm. So I sort of elaborated on it. Some friends of mine took pity on me and fixed me up.
I don't know, I think some people just like the idea of things like tattoos, scars. I don't know, it's just a kind of a rite of passage a little bit, just having something that just makes you the individual that you are. I don't know, I guess media, favourite bands. Yeah, that's what I can think of.
I think they just want to be individualistic. It's a way of showing who they are, what they are. And maybe they will always want to be that person. Maybe not when they're a bit older like me.
A tattoo is a permanent marking made by inserting ink into the layers of skin in order to change the pigment. The word tattoo comes from the Tahitian word tatau, meaning to mark. They've been around for over 5,000 years, with the earliest known tattoos found on Otzi the Iceman.
Otzi, aka the Iceman, this bloke had 57 different tattoos all over his body. Scientists even say that his tattoos were done to serve medical purposes, such as healing arthritis. Some people even believe that the ink used to do his tattoos contained special berries which in themselves contain healing properties.
Tattoos have a symbolic and traditional purpose throughout tribes and cultures. The Samoan tattooing of the pia used to be a requirement in order to receive the title of mate. The pia usually takes up to 10 days to complete and is a very painful procedure.
Tattooing to the Samoans was a ritual, and the process was accompanied by a special song. The equipment used in these tattooing processes comprised of a variety of dyes and combs, and the dyes were made from soot and burnt llama nuts.
Throughout time, tattoos have evolved and are not only done for cultural purposes. They have become a modern day phenomenon with at least 1% of people that have them.
Let's get it on!
I've been getting tattooed for about 17 years. I've got lower leg sleeve, arm sleeve from the elbows up, and about 3/4 of my back done. It's done in a combination of images that are special to me, which I've compiled in a collage designed by myself. I would have had about around 90 to 100 hours of work done over the years. 90% of the work has been done by the one artist, and the other 10% was the first tattoo that I had done, and that was from the guy who taught the fella who's done most of the work. And he was from the family of the first professional tattooists in Australia. I was destined to be tattooed from childhood. I used to get around with bubblegum tattoos stuck all over myself and dream about the day when I was old enough to get a real one. But I was about 23 before I got my first tattoo. My mum always used to say, if you ever get a tattoo, son, don't ever bother coming back in this house. But she got over it, you know. I always knew she would in the end.
Become more popular, do you mean, or
Yeah.
like in the last few years type of thing?
Yeah.
Mainly because of Miami Ink, unfortunately. Would be one reason.
What made you want to get into the industry?
Nothing made me. I was just always drawing. Ever since I was little, that's all I was interested in.
Hey Sean, you want chicken or whiting?
Whiting. Always drawing ever since I was little. Cootamundra. And then, yeah, when I was a sort of teenager, I think I saw a couple of tattoo magazines or something like that, and liked some of the drawings and all that sort of thing. So that's what really attracted me to it. Was just the artwork of it.
Is there any chance of infection or allergic
hopefully not. If you're getting tattooed in a proper studio where everything's sterilised, there should be no chance. And allergic reactions are really uncommon nowadays. 20, 30 years ago, sometimes people would react to certain colours. That was to do with the different things that were in the colour. There was no sort of regulation, 30 years ago or more, 40 years ago even. So you'd have things like mercury in red, and so that could aggravate people's skin and things like that. Well, your tattoo machine is an electromagnetic coil. It's pretty much exactly the same as when it was sort of first invented in, I think, 1915 type era, like when they first started having electricity and things. So it's really a real basic technology, and the basic part of it hasn't changed since then. The actual the materials and the metals used have gotten better or lighter or stronger, things like that, but the actual idea of it's exactly the same.
Tattoos are addictive?
I don't know, I've heard people say that a lot. I personally don't think so. Like, for myself, I don't think it's really addictive. I don't feel unfulfilled if I don't get tattooed, you know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of people will say that. A lot of people will get one small tattoo and think that's all they want. And yeah, 5-10 years later they've got a sleeve or, starting the back piece or things like that. So yeah, but I don't really think it's addictive the way we see addiction. What do you reckon, Chris?
I reckon I wouldn't say they're addictive, but you just get
You get more interested in the artwork.
Yeah.
You can learn about it more and more interested in it. That's not really addiction, hey?
Although there are many reasons as to why people get tattoos, there are just as many reasons as to why some of these people decide to get them removed. The most common treatment for tattoo removal is laser treatment. Laser treatment is an expensive procedure and is 10 times more painful than getting an actual tattoo.
And if you're going to get a tattoo, get it right the first time.